think Sierra was dropping a new album this week too. I think
Hmm.
everyone's dropping shit. What else is so? They pushed back the Michael Jackson biopic, and apparently it's going to be in two parts now. That's interesting.
It's that much stuff that they want to do on Michael.
Yeah, I guess so.
But they want to leave out the allegations and shit, which makes no sense.
Yeah, there was like a lot of controversy with some of the portrayals and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I could have sworn I heard the movie was finished. I could have sworn.
Yeah, but they put it in two parts. I mean, it's done, but they're just editing in two parts.
That's interesting. Imagine what the director's cut's going to be.
Oh, God. Put everything in there. Yo. Like his family got to stop the bullshit. Like we know he went to trial twice for allegations, so
I don't
that's
think
just a
it's his
part of it.
family. Honestly, I think it's like the studios some bullshit. Like the
Well, they
Alex.
gotta, it's not authentic if we don't put in what actually happened. That's what happened. They went to trial twice. He got off twice. That's a part of his legacy. You know, we didn't make it like that.
She's
If we
just.
if you're gonna do a biopic, you got to put everything. If you do a Malcolm X biopic, you got to have the assassination in there. 'Cause otherwise, it's not a biopic for him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. So if his family don't like it, too bad. That's a part of his legacy now.
Mm.
We ain't saying that he got to be. You got to show him in bed at Neverland Ranch with the kids, but at least show him going to trial and the fact that I don't know. We know we saw the Oprah Winfrey interview and all that. I remember watching that in '93. Like that was a part of his legacy. You know,
Fuck. Fuck Oprah.
that's just what it was. You know about Lisa Marie, the fake Lisa Marie Presley wedding and all that, marriage and all that. That's what it was. Like they got to put all of that in there, otherwise it's not legit. Especially if they're gonna break it up in two parts. If you're gonna break that shit up in two parts, you better have everything in
I bet you they do break it in two parts. They can probably release one part in the summertime and then the other part near Oscar season and shit. Watch.
there. From birth to death, include everything.
This nigga said from birth and shit.
Yeah, from birth. If it's two parts, right? They starting from when he was born, right? Include everything. You know,
What's up, peoples? What's up, Q? What's up, Romero? Shout out to Maya Campbell. I just saw a recent video that she's been clean for a while and stuff like that. And apparently she wants Tyler Perry to produce her mama's book and stuff like that too. Remember Maya Campbell from that show In the House?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The album out.
You said what?
Get an album out.
No, I think she has an album out.
No, she had an album out back in the day.
Really? I didn't, I
Yeah,
didn't know. I didn't know she did music. Wow.
yeah.
It's a shame what she was going through, but I'm glad she's doing much better.
Look good.
What else is going on? What else is going on? So apparently, a lot of people are going to space. Gail King, Katy Perry, and
5
shit.
minutes.
Wait, they only went for 5 minutes,
Yeah. What did you possibly learn in 5 minutes in space?
nigga. If I'm going to go to space, nigga, y'all send me to space. Y'all gonna send me to at least Mars and Jupiter or Saturn. Fuck that. Fuck that 5 minute bullshit. Are you
Uh,
serious?
Yeah,
Because Gail King looked like she did not want to do that shit. I was like, girl,
they went for 5 minutes, man. They didn't get shit out of there. And Katy Perry was singing on the way back.
wow.
That's just something for celebrities to brag about. Oh, I went to space and for 5 fucking minutes. Y'all ain't learn shit up there.
I only got 4 minutes.
I don't even think they had time to fucking, lose gravity up in the air for 5 minutes. They was seated to they shit. They good. I think Katy Perry made a video about how this was what she said, it was all meant to be. She's such a sentimental bitch, yo. It was
Right.
all meant to be. Oh, my mother called me tortoise and feather when I was little. Who the fuck cares? What is your mother calling you feather and tortoise have to do with you being up in space for 5 minutes? It was all meant to be. It was
It,
meant to be for you to be up in there 5 minutes.
it was meant to be for you to actually make some good music for once.
Exactly. Come up with a great album for once. How long has
Exactly.
it been?
I'm
She's been
hungry.
dropping crap for like the last 10 years.
Exactly. She's just. I swear to God. I'm about to start in a few minutes. Give me 1 second. Alright, what else is going on? What else is going on? Q said that Drake wants to fight Kendrick in a boxing match. Whatever, nigga.
Why? Why? You already lost. We don't need to see you get your ass kicked again. You already lost.
This is a classic example of career suicide.
Yep.
Okay. 420 is next week. Apparently, Shamar wants to do something for 420. I'm just like, y'all.
Katy Perry had an album out last year, just didn't do good.
You said what?
I said Katy Perry had an album out last year, just wasn't good.
Yeah, I heard bad things about it too. I'm just like, come on, baby, make a good album for once. Like, come on, baby. All right, well, let's start this shit. I'm ready whenever you are. What's up, you two? How's everyone doing? This your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try in the building with me. How you doing, Try? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Uh, all right, so today's album anniversary is not really a hip hop album, but at the same time, it is a cool album. It's from one of my favorite artists of all time. It is David Bowie with Let's Dance. This album came out April 14th, 1983 on EMI Records. This is kind of a controversial album when it comes to David Bowie, but I'm going to explain that in a minute. So, pretty much, this came out 3 years right after, 3 years after the Scary Monsters album, which I feel like is a very, very dope album and stuff like that too. And a lot of fans have kind of called that like his last great album, which I kind of disagree because I feel like he kind of came out with some heat even before he passed away. However, David Bowie, you know, him being the music chameleon that he is, he pretty much wanted to do a pretty much a pop album because it was the early '80s and pop was blowing up and he caught the MTV fever, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So and what I mean by that is like a lot of motherfuckers like Hall and Oates, Duran Duran, and stuff. Once the '80s came out and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? They really wanted to embrace that pop and new wave just to get they pretty much wanted to make music based on their music videos. You know what I'm saying? And enter David Bowie, who hooked up with Nile Rodgers. And at this time, Nile Rodgers Now Rogers was pretty much, the man at the time too, because he was producer for Chic and stuff like that. And then he recently had done Diana Ross's Diana album from AE and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? And this is the same year he was gonna work with Madonna on her first album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So this pretty much helped David Bowie come out of his slump because at the time he was kind of going through some depression and stuff like that too. Apparently, when his friend John Lennon got murdered back in 1980. But back to the music. This was known for songs like China Girl, Modern Love, Let's Dance with a lot of hip hop sampled from that. Cough Cough Puffy,
Yeah.
Criminal Work, Ricochet. You know what I'm saying? Now I know I kind of masked my masked my views on this album for years and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be real with you. I always fucking love this album, but I do understand the criticism that this album has. And I'm gonna get to that in a minute. It's David Bowie. He sounded more alive than ever, and everything like that. Too production definitely had that '80s production. Now Rogers definitely did his thing on this one and stuff like that too. And then you also had other people in the personnel like Stevie Ray Vaughan, rest in peace to him. Bernard Edwards, rest in peace to him. Stan Harrison, you know what I'm saying? Dope saxophonist. Tony Thompson on drums too. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that chic Sister Sledge kind of vibe was still on this album because people always want to say, "Oh, disco died 1979." I There was still some disco-ish songs up until maybe 82, 83. You know what I'm saying? Y'all forget like Evelyn Champagne King and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
The Bee Gees, Donna Summer.
G's Donna Summer
Uh,
and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And honestly, that early '80s disco, what people now Roger said it the best. Like it was known as like they were trying to disguise it as dance music. But then once Thriller came out, Madonna's self-titled album came out. You know what I'm saying? That's what changed the whole game. But from at the same time too, I do understand how this album got like a lot of negative impact. And even David Bowie said it himself too, because I feel like every album that he did in the '80s, like Tonight, Never Let Me Down, he tried to recapture that Let's Dance vibe and stuff, especially Tonight, which I that might be the first Bowie album I never really fucking liked and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And apparently him and Nile Rodgers kind of had some creative differences and stuff like that. Because I don't know what the sound was. You know what I'm saying? But I feel that these days a lot more people embraced Let's Dance a bit more and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because even David Bowie himself said that them '80s years post Let's Dance was what he calls his Phil Collins years and stuff like that too. His commercial period. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I definitely need to get my hands on this album. I've seen this album in stores, but with David Bowie passing away, they want to, of course, up the price and stuff like that too. But what do you think about this album? This stuff.
Never heard it. Let's Dance was like that was my introduction to him. It was that.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow.
As far as like the music stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Ziggy Stardust was like that was the first album I heard from him. That joint.
Yeah, I love Ziggy Stardust and stuff. I think the first album I heard from him was the Station to Station album and stuff, which I feel like that might be his best album. But he don't even like that album because he was so coked up on that. That was pretty much his. How can I put this? His Dare is a Dark Side, if that makes
I'm
sense.
good.
A lot of fans, including myself, call that a classic. However, he has bad memories with that album and stuff like that, like Redman.
So
So
do I.
you said what?
Say so do I.
All right. So now we're gonna go into the Billboard charts. This time we're gonna go
We
into
got
R&B.
Damn. Damn was the anniversary for Damn was still yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. I talked about that last year, if I'm not mistaken, the album anniversary. But yeah, you're right about that. Shout out to Damn. Kendrick still winning and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But yeah, man. So we're gonna go into the hot R&B airplay the week of April 19th, 1997. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go to the top 20 of the R&B songs. We might have some hip hop songs here and there too. So let's get into it. Number 20. Erica Badu's Next Lifetime. You know what I'm saying? From the Baduism album. I love, 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 love this album. Love this song. I mean, the music video too. Don't even get me started on that. I feel like I love the music video and shit.
Mhm.
Number 19, Kenny Lattimore For You. If
Mm.
I'm not mistaken, that was from his first album, which I feel like is his best album. To be real with you,
Yes. Yep.
you know what I'm saying? That's a neo soul classic. Um, then we got motherfucking number 18, Aaliyah with One in a Million. Classic record, classic album. You know what I'm saying? Number 17, Mint Condition, You Don't Have to Hurt No More. Love this record. This came from their third album. Hot take, I kind of prefer this record than What Kind of Man Would I Be? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm so burnt out from What Kind of Man Would I Be? I'm just like, okay, Stokely. All right. Number 16, the infamous Diddler, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, featuring Mace. Love him or hate him, this song was still a banger to this day and stuff like that too. I don't give a fuck. That No Way Out is classic. I don't give a fuck what people think. Number 15, Babyface Every Time I Close My Eyes. Classic record and stuff like that. I thank the Lord.
Classic.
That's back when R&B was R&B.
Mhm.
And um, number 14, Genuine. Tell me, do you wanna? Um, expect some Genuine reviews coming very soon. That's all I'm going to say. Number 13, Mick Montel Jordan. What's on tonight? I want to say that was from his second album, which I need to get my hands on. I had the opportunity on getting it, but I wasn't really the biggest Montel Jordan. To this day, I'm still not the biggest Montel fan like that. But them first two albums, I would fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Number 12, Aaliyah again with 4 Page Letter, classic record. I feel like that album Timbaland found his production steez, in my opinion.
Mhm. Yep.
I'm not gonna hold you. Erica Badu again, On and On, number 11. Oh, on and on and on and on. Asaka Keys with the classic, man. Number 10, Lil Kim featuring Lil C's, Crush on You. Technically, this is the remix, technically, because the original version was a Lil C solo. So just want to keep that real with y'all. Number 9, 112, Cupid. Classic song. Number 8, Heavy D, Big Daddy. Classic song. I love the album too. Number 7, 7 Number 7, 702. Huh, no pun intended. Get It Together. Um, Not really the biggest 702 fan, but I do like that song. I remember they actually performed that song on Sister Sister too. That's my biggest memory of that song, really. Number 6, Mary J. Blige, Love Is All We Need. Classic, classic, classic joint from her best album, in my opinion. Share My World. Number 5, Monica, For You I Will. All my Space Jam fans, y'all should know when Buzz saved Lola and shit like that. Y'all should know about that song. That was also, if I'm not mistaken, on the Boy Is Mine album too. So yeah, man. Number 4, the Notorious B.I.G. with Hypnotize. Need I say more? He's a goat. Number 3, Drew Hill, In My Bed. Love this record. All I'm gonna say, expect some Drew Hill reviews coming soon too. Number 2, SWB, Can We? That was from the Release Some Tension album. Ooh, their weakest album.
I was, that in my bedroom was from Jagged Edge.
I'm not surprised.
Yep.
Sleeping in my bed.
Jay Z actually did the verses he did for Money and the Thing was over that In My Bed beat, the remix.
Yeah.
I mean, the people talking about that.
He recently did an interview about that, right?
Yeah.
Got you. And number 1, this is his first week at number 1, Blackstreet with Don't Leave Me. You guys know I never liked that song. I never liked that record. That might be one of the most overrated R&B songs of the 90s. I know a lot of fans love it because he uses that Tupac instrument, the I Ain't Mad at You, which they really didn't do nothing with that beat and stuff like that too. But to each his own. Don't leave me. Oh God, shut up. Like, oh. All right. Now back to the main event. You say, what's up, Blocka? What's up? What's up, CD Galore? What's happening? Y'all like his Young? Oh, Young Americans was dope. I like the fact that he went more Blue Eyed Soul, but it did have some weak songs too. I feel like that's as weak as of the '70s, to be real with you. But I think Blocka said so- he said what's up to both you and okay.
Oh,
All right, so today we want to talk about Ti with his third studio album, Urban Legend. This album came out November 30th, 2004, on Grand Hustle, which was under Atlantic Records and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This album came out with three singles, which was "Bring 'Em Out," "You Don't Know Me," and "ASAP." Um, Producers include DJ Toot, which is like his main producer. Daz Dillinger, y'all know about Daz. Jazzy Faye, Lil Jon, Kevin K.O. Cates, KLC, Manny Fresh, The Neptunes, Nick Furry Lofton, Sanchez Holmes, Scott Storch, Swiss Beats, and David Banner. Um, Guest appearances include Nelly, BG, Manny Fresh, Lil Kim, Pharrell, PSC, Jazzy Faye, Trick Daddy, Lil Wayne, Lil Jon, and Daz Dillinger. All right, so we talked about Ti a lot in the past. I think we done the trap music album. We done Ti versus Tip. I did a trash review on No Mercy. I don't think I did King yet. I don't think I done that album yet. Wait, I think I did.
hey, we did that.
Yeah, we did King. Okay, we just didn't do the first album.
Did we do trap music?
We did trap music. Yes, we did.
Okay.
I remember because I was actually. I remember I was actually sitting on my bed when we did that review and stuff like that. We didn't do the Trouble Man album. We didn't do that
Yeah.
one. I think we practically did everything. We just didn't do the first album and
We
the
talked
Trouble Man.
about doing the first one.
We didn't do Paper Trail either.
Yeah, I don't think we do paper trail.
Okay, so y'all should have a good idea on who Ti is. So between the time he dropped, trap music and this album, Ti was going through a lot. For one, excuse me, this was around the time when he started calling himself the King of the South and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of rappers from the South, they pretty much took offense to that and stuff like that too. Most notably, Lil Flip, and him and Lil Flip pretty much had their choice of words and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? That might be that was a very funny ass. Ti was just playing hopscotch with Lil Flip. The whole Ring did that whole version of 99 Problems and stuff like that, and then he
Mhm.
called Lil Flip out at his hometown and shit. Like I was like, oh, see, young Ti was a fucking menace, man. And pretty much at the time, what had happened was around March of 2004, there was actually a warrant sent out on his arrest and stuff like that too, because he had violated his probation and stuff like that too. And he was actually sentenced to 3 years in prison and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And we all know, if you are familiar with Ti, he can't. He's always caught up in the law somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? And he was released on probation in May of 2004 and stuff like that too. But at the same time, they say he had plenty of other probation violations in Georgia, like from marijuana possession, gun possession. I was like, this nigga, Jesus Christ, man. And so while he was in prison, he actually after while he was serving his sentence, they actually granted him a work release program that allowed him to continue making music and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's why he recorded this album and everything like that too. And yeah, called himself Urban Legend. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is the album cover right here. Pretty solid album cover. Him with the fucking beanie and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Classic Ti. Of course, Try and I don't got the album. Of course, you know what I'm saying.
It's the only one
I've
I don't have.
I've
All
never
the other
seen
ones
this.
are like the good ones. I want to say that I have, but it's the only one I don't have.
I've never seen this album in stores. Believe it or not,
Really?
never,
Yeah.
never seen this album in stores. I've seen the first album in stores. I've even seen the No Mercy, but I've never seen Urban Legend where I stay at, which is crazy. Alrighty, so and the reason why he named this album Urban Legend, I forgot to mention, was because allegedly um he was trying to troll Lil Flip and stuff like that because apparently Lil Flip he had a clique called a Screwed Up Clique, and one of his member posse's members was named BG Duke, and he was going to name his album Urban Legend right after Lil Flip called his album Underground Legend and stuff like that too. So of course, Ti stole that shit allegedly and stuff like that too. So I never fucking knew that shit. That was so Ti was doing to Lil Flip what Kendrick was doing to Drake years ago, just trolling
Mhm.
his ass and shit. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? All right, give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. All right, so this album has about 17 tracks. We are going to get started with the first track called "The King." This is pretty much Ti reclaiming himself and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Just letting motherfuckers know I'm the king of the South and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very dope song. I love the fact that he used two Run DMC samples on this one and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, very, very, very dope. Love this one.
Yes, love the beat. Run DMC, King of Rock samples, and he said I'm well connected. Haters better mind your manners, homes. Got on nickel plated 38, but hater hammer chrome. Fire track. Wait, way to start off the album.
Yeah, very great way to start off the album. All right, moving on, we're gonna move into track number two, which is Motivation. Again, another very, 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 very dope track. Very dope track right here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? With this track, he's just pretty much, letting motherfuckers know that, he has to stay, you gotta stay on his game and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very. I love the beat and everything like that too. What's his name? What's his name? DJ Toop did the beat, which again, he's always giving Ti some heat and everything. So I fucking love this.
Dope. Love the beat, the horns on it, the flute. He's saying, I ain't dead, nigga. You can take the fame and the cheddar. And the game and the deal. I'm still a go getter. Love his flow on that. And yo, this is like T.I. in his bag right now. Can't miss.
Yeah, definitely. All right, moving on to track number three, we got "You Don't Know Me." Um, Another banging track right here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This song actually was nominated for a couple of awards. And it was nominated for a Grammy for Best Rap Solo Performance, nominated for Best Rap Video, and was nominated for Vibe Award for Street Anthem of the Year. Y'all remember the Vibe Awards and shit? Let me stop. Um, I call that the poor man's Source Awards, if you ask me. But yeah, but very dope track. Ti his braggadocio best and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, ain't nothing wrong with this one. I definitely fuck with this one.
Fire. One of my favorites. You might see me in the street, but nigga, you don't know me. When, when you holler, when you speak, remember, you don't know me. I love the video. The beat was fire. He killed it. His flow over the beat was fire. I saw him in 2019. I want to say he did this song too. He did a lot of mixtape shit when I saw him though. He was doing like a lot of the drama joints from those mixtapes, but I want to say he did this joint.
Nice, nice. Yeah. He actually lost to Kanye West's Gold Digger for the Grammy and stuff like that too.
I never
So
liked Gold Digger.
I know.
I got tired of that song. They played it way too much.
Oh, she a gold digger, way over town. The dick
Ti
on
should have won.
me. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ti should have won for that.
And then for the best rap video, he actually lost to Ludacris's number one spot for best rap video, which I'm not gonna hold that video deserved
That was,
it.
that was funny, yeah.
That video was crazy. Other nominees was Eminem, Just Lose It, Trash, The Game featuring 50 Cent, Hate It or Love It. That could have been a contender too.
Yeah.
and the Yin Yang Twins "Wait" the Whisper song. Oh wow, shit. Okay, wow, okay.
Whisper song was dope. I just wasn't a fan of them like that.
I mean, I like the Whisper song, but I got kind of burnt out from that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I never really fucked with the Yin Yang Twins like that. They were just kind of product of time, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, I know, like a lot of people love that crunk. I love crunk, but there's certain crunk I like. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Next track we got ASAP. So this song actually is a little flip diss track from what I looked up and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as diss tracks go, this one's not bad. I actually fuck with this song right here. Like I said, I've never really been a big Lil Flip fan and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Never really was a fan of how a Leprechaun style that he was doing. What did he have that mix? That Lucky Charms? I don't know, but
That was like his
never
thing,
really
like
was a big
the
fan of
Lucky
him.
Tom's. I think I like the medallion. Yeah,
That's funny. But yeah, man, pretty dope song. I was trying to pull up some lyrics. My laptop wants to act up right now, but I want to let you say your thoughts and shit.
I love it. It's, again, one of my favorite tracks from Ti. Beat was fire. You know, we said fresh out the box, tip hopped in the drop six. Made a quarter mil in the pen, giving stock tips. Haters want to stop tip, man, cause they not tip. Ball every summer, your baby mama drop tip. A nigga try to play me, I'ma blow him off the map. ASAP. Fire. Classic record from Ti. Video was dope. Yeah, like when I think urban legend, I think of like joints like this and bring them out. You know, it was great, man. Like he was on a run.
He was, yeah, definitely. I love the line on the second verse where he says, I know a lot of rappers don't like me, but they won't fight me. Feds swear I sell dope. Well, why they won't indict me? Advances on the throne, I ain't never take it lightly. But all that tongue wrestling, hating, while that I'm going don't excite me. You know what I'm saying? Like Ti, man, he got some hit. He got some heat though. You gotta respect him at the end
Hmm.
of the day and shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, the next track we got is called "Praying for Help." So Sanchez Holmes definitely dropped a smooth ass instrumental for him and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I all these years I thought Jazzy Faye did this beat and stuff like that too, because it
It
definitely
sound like
sounds
a
like some
Jazzy
shit
Faye beat.
Jazzy would have done.
It sound like
And
Jazzy.
yeah, but yeah, he's pretty much just on his on his shit like talking about, hey, gotta help me. I'm battling all these demons and stuff like that too. So very 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 dope song. I love it.
Yeah, it was dope. I like the beat for this. The bass line was hitting. You know, I don't think Ti ever been afraid to like really put his life out there and his feelings and all that. So I thought it was like a heartfelt joint.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Next song we got is "Why You Mad at Me." Um, Again, very dope track. He's talking about like the scrutiny that he was going through and stuff like that too. Why people always coming for his ass and shit. Not a bad track. I definitely fuck with it. This definitely is angry Ti and stuff like that. So I definitely fuck with this one.
This is dope. I like the beat for this. You know, he said, "Chip on my shoulder, hold a grudge because you can't die tonight. I swear you niggas have no idea what my life was like before the bright lights and a half a mil just Ti grabbing the mic. It was banging album cut.
Yeah, definitely. All right, next track we got is "Get Loose" featuring Nelly. I'm not gonna hold you. I never really was a big fan of Ti and Nelly doing shit together because, especially when they did that one song on the Ti Tip album. Cause I feel like whenever Nelly does a song with somebody, he pretty much just takes over the whole fucking song with that whole style he has and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I know, I do fuck with the Country Grammar. I do fuck with Country Grammar and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, yeah, yeah, that's just my personal thoughts.
It was dope. It's a club joint. You know, Jazzy Faye, nice beat. You know, Nelly did his thing on here. You know, I liked it.
Respect. All right. Next track is called "What They Do" featuring BG. Um, Possibly my favorite track on this album. You know what I'm saying? This was just Ti and BG going back and forth and stuff like that too. BG, of course, being my favorite member of the Hot Boys and whatnot, because he was just the most lyrical out of all the motherfuckers. He definitely ate at this song and whatnot too. I love the line where he says, I know people get them 300 a pound, give them to you for 500 if you're my round. I'm a hustler, holla at me. Sorry about that. Holla at me uptown. I'm well connected with weed, white, slinging that round. You know what I'm saying? Just on that street shit. Definitely a very banging ass track. KLC, he definitely laced T out with some heat on this. One of my favorite beats on this project and stuff like that. It definitely has like a more boom bappy kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah, BG did his thing. He was fired. You got Ti saying, "When I tell you I'm a G pimp, I'm being modest. I can tell you about the dope boys, hoes in the ballers, the pimps and the Mac. Your niggas, what they call us, slanging in the trap, because that's what our daddy taught us. Loved his flow on this. And BG did his thing on his well. Dope collab.
definitely. Track number 9, The Greatest featuring Manny Fresh. Um, Speaking of Cash Money and everything like that too. This was actually not a bad track and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that beat from Manny Fresh, I do like it, but I kind of feel like it kind of fit more juvenile than Ti, if that makes sense. You know, fit more Wheezy and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, Ti definitely did his thing on this one. Again, this is pretty much more braggadocio Ti, which I fucking love. So yeah,
I think he was giving Ti that cash money flavor, with the he's gonna have the horns on there, the big horns and the beat is really fire. And I thought it was a dope track by Manny Fresh.
respect. Alrighty. Next track we got is "Get Your Shit Together" featuring Lil Kim. Oh, I did not like this track. I felt like it was okay. No surprise, Scott Storch did the beat and stuff like that too. Which y'all know how much I love Scott Storch's production and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could have done without this one.
I thought it was fire. The Little Kim needed a verse. She only in the chorus, but I thought the Scott Storch beat was fired. A lot of rappers at that time used it for a lot of freestyles and mixtapes and stuff. I liked it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next track we got is the Freak Through featuring Pharrell. Once again, Pharrell is on his sultry soul singing vibe and stuff like that to you, which I have very mixed feelings about. You know what I'm saying? But the beat for the Neptune actually felt like it was pretty dope. I mean, this is definitely a more of like a sex kind of track and stuff like that. I mean, said Ti did this thing I just could have done without Pharrell singing. You know,
It was okay. Not one of it. I've heard better from the Neptunes. It was alright.
you said it was alright.
It
Yeah.
was okay.
And then we got Countdown, which is probably one of the best tracks in this album after a little bit. Um, David Banner, yo, David motherfucking Bannerman with the production. One of the most underrated Southern producers ever. Like I feel like yeah, his rapping is dope. I love his rapping, but his production, especially the shit he did with Ti over the years, fire. Like he got always has that workout, workout kind of production and stuff like that too. But yeah, man, this was not bad. I actually fuck with this track right here. You know what I'm saying?
It sounded like a Swiss beat and more than David Banner. It was cool. It was cool. It just sounded like Swizz did the track. You know, how I felt about Swizz at that time.
I can see why you say that.
It was on it.
Granted, Swizz was buying a lot from the Southern producers around that time too. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, trust me. When it comes to Swizz beats, anything after maybe '01, '02, it's kind of a chore to listen to.
No, I
But
wouldn't say
I
that's
I did
no
love
because he still had the DMX stuff. Great Depression and Grand Finale and all that. Grand Champ and all that.
Yeah, but he didn't do a lot of on the Great Depression though. That's the thing.
He didn't do the whole
Like,
album. I'm just saying he was still in his bag at that point. I want to say like before what when was Paper Trail like 06?
oh wait.
So 08? Like around then. That's when I really didn't start like not fuck with him.
Hot take. I feel like he has some of the weakest production on that album.
On Paper Trail?
Yeah.
You're crazy. What Swagger Like Us? You thought was weak? You crazy. That was fire.
That beat.
That should have been a single.
It it technically was a single. I mean, I feel like that beat. It was kind of like see Swiss Beats around that time. He liked to just have those fast paced drums and then repeated chords all throughout the track and stuff like. I honestly feel like that beat was kind of eh.
Nah, you what? Oh man, that's like
Yeah,
one of his last great joints to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
I prefer on to the next one.
that was
For
that was good. I mean, but that sounds like something he's done already though.
my
Like he could
point
have had
exactly.
that in his stash and just gave it to Jay. Like he could have made that for years ago.
My point exactly because
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
the
Right?
thing.
What year was the Hustler album, Cassidy? Was like 07, 08 that came out?
You mean that I'm a hustler?
I'm a Hustler. Yeah, I'm a Hustler album. That was like
I
his
could have
best
sworn
shit for Cassidy.
that was like '05.
Huh?
I could have sworn that was '05. That was the one he did before he got
05?
the accident.
Around that
Yeah.
time. But that to me was like he did better on the second album than the first one.
Respect. But yeah, man. That's pretty much what I was saying. Because when we do that Paper Trail album, a lot of his production, I was just like, eh,
You crazy. I love Paper Trail, man. That shit is like a great
yeah,
album.
it is what it is, boy. It is what it is. All right. I love Paper Trail too. That's like T.I.'s last great shit, but the Swiss
What's T.I.'s
production,
last great album?
Paper Trail.
But you said you didn't like it though.
No, I said I liked it. I just didn't like Swiss Beats' production on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's like one of the first rap albums I got in my collection. Yeah. I have a special place in Paper Trail.
Yeah, Paper Trail was dope.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Swiss Beats, and this is actually one of his one of his better beats from this period. Bring him out. Bring him out. Bring him out. Dun dun. Again, we have the marching band. He loved doing them like marching band drum
Yeah,
production.
but it worked on this joint though.
It
It
did.
worked on the joint.
However, originally was not even supposed to have been for Ti and stuff like that too. So apparently, it was originally supposed to have been for Beanie Siegel, right?
Oh wow.
When he when he got released from prison, but Beanie Siegel turned it down. That was
Yeah,
what was.
I can't hear Beans on this.
Yeah, me neither.
Nah.
Freeway, maybe
Yeah.
Freeway, but Beanie, nah.
Mm-mm.
But then Joe Budden, he said this beat was also supposed to have been for him, but he didn't want to pay for the Jay Z sample because at that time, him and Jay Z were beefing.
I could hear Joe on this. He needed a beat like this. He needed that.
So that's when it went to Ti. While I do love this song and it's one of his most signature tracks, I prefer the BT Awards. I think it was BT Awards '05 version, and I'm gonna say why because it had Sheila E on the
Mm.
drums
Sheila
and
E.
stuff like. Yes,
So
Sheila E was
you
on.
wanted a remix with Sheila E on it?
Nah, I just said I like that
Mm.
live. I feel like this is a song that's better performed live
Yes.
and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Yes, he
saying?
did. I did see him perform this live. It's good live.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
I definitely fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this was great. I mean, the Jay Z sample. Everybody knows that. You know, it was high, it was energetic. First single from this album. They played it a lot. You know, I loved it. I thought like this is vintage Swizz at a time when he was hit or miss. He was becoming hit or miss for me. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But so I definitely think this is like one of T.I.'s biggest hits.
It was.
Definitely a classic record.
Yeah, definitely a classic record and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Dare I say one of his most signature songs next to What You Know About That. You know what
And
I'm
live your
saying?
life. Live your life is like everybody knows that song now.
I have mixed feelings about that song too.
You don't like
That's
that
one
song?
song.
That's on Paper Trails.
I have mixed feelings. That's all I'm
Oh
gonna
boy.
say. We're gonna have to review Paper
I
Trail.
want to see what kind of rating you give Paper Trail because he's saying you don't like the Swiss Beat stuff. You don't like Live Your Life.
All I want to say about Paper Trail is like I do love the album, but I do prefer Ti versus Tip over Paper Trail. But I do love
That was
Paper
a good.
Trail. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Paper Trail was great.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna hold. I'm not gonna act like every song on there was a standout
I
hit.
thought he was in his bag on that shit, man. I'm like, this is why I tell you, he needs to stay locked up because when he's locked up, he's in his zone. When he come out of prison, he fucks up.
Yeah. There was one song he did with I think it was Justin Timberlake.
You
No.
don't like
Dead and
that?
Gone. That was good. I like Dead and Gone. Believe it or
That
not.
was Justin. That was Justin.
I know, but it was Usher. The one with Usher, I didn't care for too
Oh, you don't
much.
like the one with Usher?
Nah. Wow, I actually like a Justin Timberlake feature over an
Right,
Usher
right.
track.
Do you like the other Justin Timberlake track with Ti, the My Love joint?
Oh hell yeah, that was from his best
Okay.
album.
Okay.
My love, my love, Future Sex Love Song. That might be the only Justin Timberlake album I will have in my collection if I have a chance.
Crazy.
And I also would get the Until the End of Time single just for the classic remix with
Right.
Beyonce. You know,
That boy
Beyonce.
got three certified classics, man. Justified was classic.
Hell no.
2020 Experience was classic. You
Justified
crazy.
was it's not a
You are
classic. Hell
crazy.
no.
You are crazy.
Justified is not a classic.
You are
It was
bugging.
good for it was good for its time.
You know how
It's
many
not
big hits came off of that? Cry Me a River, Like
okay.
I
Do
Love
you know
You.
how many big hits came from that Spice Girls album? Are you gonna call that a classic?
You know, you're not comparing Justified to fucking Spice World.
Hey,
You are not comparing the Spice Girls to Justified.
hey. I'm
No.
not saying I,
Spice Girls ain't do shit
put
with Timberland
you
and with the
putting them
Neptunes
words
on
in my
that.
mouth. I wasn't comparing. You just insinuated that I was comparing it.
You mentioned you mentioned Spice Girls.
I'm just saying because it was big, that don't mean it's a classic.
It
I'm
was big
like,
because it had big hits on it. And even the
okay,
album cuts were fire.
yeah. And you know why? You know why he had them big hits? Because he benefited from Britney Spears' tragedy.
Oh
That's why
my
he had the
God.
fucking big
How
hits.
about
Yes, I said it.
he can
Yes,
actually
I
carry a
said it.
note.
Yes, I
He
fucking
never
said
had
it.
to use auto tune or AI. He
Oh,
can actually sing.
oh. What was
He
Prime good
benefited
for?
from even if him and Britney were still together, it still would have been a great album.
But who was those beats originally for though?
Michael turned on a lot of
Yeah.
shit. Michael turned on a
Yes.
lot of shit though.
Okay. Okay. You know why Michael turned
He
out a lot of
wanted to work with. Remember, he wanted to work with Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre won't work with him.
yeah. You know why Michael turned out a lot of shit?
Mhm.
Because Michael was smart.
No,
Michael
because
was fucking
he
smart.
was on that Pofferball. That's why he was taking
No.
that shit to go to bed.
Michael knew the fucking game. He knew the
Oh my god.
fucking game.
Oh my
Michael knew
god.
the fucking game. He saw what they were trying to do. He saw Justin Timberlake was trying to take over his spot. That's what he was trying to do.
Oh my
Nah,
god. No,
fuck that.
nobody was taking
Fuck,
Michael's spot, yo.
fuck that.
Nobody was taking
Fuck,
Michael's spot.
fuck, fuck
Why
Justin.
would he think that? You know why?
Fuck,
Because he was on drugs. That's why he was
Justified.
thinking that.
Fuck Justified. CD goes to Justified was dope.
If Justin Timberlake was black, would you still feel the same way?
Hell no. If he was
See?
fucking
See?
Asian,
See?
if he was
That is my
Chinese,
point. That is
what?
my point.
I mean, wait. You said what? You said if he was black?
Yes. If he was black, would you still feel the same way about the album?
Yeah,
Okay. You sure?
I definitely would. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought you said you something else. I misheard what you said. Yeah, I misheard what you said. But yeah, I don't care if he was black, white, Asian, red, yellow, purple. If it's trash, it's trash.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
I don't care if
You're
he's
crazy.
indigo, Indian. I don't care. I don't care about all that.
Mm. Mm-mm. Nope. I think that's one of the best pop albums ever.
I just gave this motherfucker a compliment.
Yeah, yo,
I
you talking about the second album. I'm talking about the first album.
no. I gave a comment on the Dead and Gone song, and then of course you want to bring up just
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see how you rate that album because you're already saying you don't like the Swiss Beat shit. You didn't like
yeah.
Live Your Life.
Yeah,
But you like the Justin feature on it.
yeah, I do.
So I wanted to see what you're giving it. If it's anything less than 5 mics, then you crazy.
I guess I'm crazy. All right, well, we're gonna go on to the next track. Like I said, you know what? Let's do it this week. Let's do Paper Trail this week.
Okay. Oh, you switching plans up? What we had planned? What you was doing this week?
No, no, I'm adding a day. I'm gonna add a day because you know what? You got me hot. Y'all got me hot and shit. Y'all got me hot because
Oh God.
just because I like something
Just
more than the
you,
album. That don't mean
Justified was a 5 mic classic
we're
album.
not talking about your fucking Justified. We're not talking about no fucking Justified. We're talking about fucking. See, that's the thing about you. You love this. You love this nigga, don't you?
Nope. Nope.
You love this man.
Yeah,
like
I listen. The dude is talented. Like you talking to somebody that didn't even like NSYNC when they were together. I didn't like them. But they had some dope songs as a group, and then when they started to do the R&B, and he ventured off, and then he linked up with Timbaland and with the Neptunes. I'm like, yo, this album's fire, and he can actually sing.
yeah, I'm not gonna know he can't sing, but he ain't all that.
Oh Lord,
I'm just saying. All I'm just saying was that album. If it wasn't for the personal stuff he was going through, the album would not be as
It-
successful.
it-
If he wasn't
no,
with,
I disagree. No, that's not true. He had one song for Britney Spears on there that blew up. Everything
I
else
listened to.
was everything else. When you rock your body, have nothing to do with Britney Spears.
That's what y'all think. But
Now you must
I
have been in
listen.
the studio with him. You tell me.
You said what?
You tell me. You must have been in the studio when he was working on the album because
I listen. I listen to I analyze shit. That's why I'm
okay.
a
So
history major.
so so rock. How was Rock Your Body in correlation to Britney Spears?
You never know. You never know what they were doing behind the scenes and shit like that. Because I'm telling you, niggas were doing shit behind the scenes and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? He probably could be attracted to her. Britney Spears probably did that whole dance she was doing in the VMAs and stuff like that with the whole
Mm-hmm,
fucking snake and all
mm-hmm.
that fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? And he might have the inspiration from that, you know? Let's not act like Britney Spears did a little belly roll all throughout her career. Let's not act like she didn't do no belly rolls all throughout her.
I'm going off of the music.
I'm going off on the music too.
With or without the drama with him and Britney, it still would have been a good album.
You know what I think? You know what I think?
Mhm.
I think we should get back to the urban legend review. That's what I
Okay.
think. All right, so track number 14 is Limelight. Um, this features PSC. I want to be real with you. This sounds more just disturbing the peace than Grand Hustle, and that's not a bad thing and stuff like that. PSC, Pimp Squad Click. That's pretty much Ti's group with Big Country King, Young Dro, AK, Mac Money, and C Rod. They dropped that one album back in like '05, called 25 to Life. I never heard that joint. I never heard
I
that
had it
joint.
on bootleg and I didn't like it.
You said you didn't like it?
Nah, I had it on bootleg. I had the bootleg for that.
Uh,
No,
I might listen to it. Just maybe to finish the whole Ti collection. I don't
I
know.
mean we could say now in hindsight that Ludacris had the better crew.
Oh hell, nigga, hell yeah.
You know.
That's not even a debate. I-20, Shauna,
Mm-hmm. Two
what's that
Chains.
motherfucker? What's that? Two-
He had
Yes,
2 Chains.
yes.
He had Chingy.
You
But
you just have to mention
but
Chingy.
I said Chingy. Well, Chingy first was Jackpot. Jackpot sold a lot of sold millions.
But is it a classic though?
Is it? I'm asking you.
No, I asked you first.
I like. You know what? I like the song "One Call Away." I like that him and Jason Weaver. I like that song. And
Okay,
right there was a big hit. He had the on the holiday joint with Snoop Dogg. That was a hit.
trash. I feel like he's at his best when he does songs with R&B singers, especially that song with Tyrese. Every time you're trying to leave, something keeps pulling me back to
That was a
that.
dope song too.
Yeah, it was. But Chingy next to I-20, next to Shauna, hell
I've never
fucking
been a I-20 fan like that. Like
oh.
there might be like one or two songs that I like them on. I like them on "Move Bitch." and It Wasn't Us. That was on the Clone
Self-explanatory.
compilation.
That's
That's your
self-explanatory.
boy. That was never I Tony fan like that.
You know what? Hold on, hold on.
Shauna was dope. I like Shauna Little Fate.
Lil Fate was dope. Now,
Hmm.
self-explanatory. That's a hood classic.
Okay.
That's a hood classic right there. Come on, man. Ludacris. See, that's the thing about Ludacris, man. You had all these niggas in your crew and shit like that. Y'all should have been. He should have promoted them a bit more. And
He should have, but
especially
he was, all them niggas had crews and dropped the crew compilation album, and they don't care. It's just they put it out
tax
there, and that was it.
this tax write-offs and shit. You know,
Right, exactly. Rough Riders is like the only one that was like, yo, we putting out our compilations, and the shit went platinum.
Dipset too.
Dipset too,
Uh,
yes.
I would even throw in G Unit. I would even throw in G
Yeah,
Unit.
Unit. I like both Unit albums, but the first one is the classic one.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even think both albums are classic. I'll be real with you.
You didn't like Back from Mercy? You don't think Back from Mercy is a classic?
Good. It's a good album. I wouldn't call it a classic.
Wow, you're crazy. I loved it. I think they killed it, and they didn't even need Yayo on that shit. I think Young Buck did his thing on that.
I mean, it was cool, man. It was cool and shit like that. You know, it was
Beg
cool.
for
But
Mercy? You got how many drinks? Eye for an eye.
you got to
My
remember,
buddy
I
footprints.
wasn't. Buddy was dope. I wasn't really big on G Unit like that growing up. You got to remember that
Oh,
shit. Like
so
I
when
didn't.
was your introduction to them then?
I mean, my introduction to them was like Get Rich or Die Trying. But I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really a big 50 Cent fan growing up until maybe like '08, '07. When I went back, cause the Massacre, I didn't like the singles. I didn't like
What?
fuck
Wow.
nigga. We did. I told you when we did the fucking
I
review on this.
I know, but he dropped a video for every joint on the album.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute and all that shit. Yeah, that's nice and all that. But I love the album. I just feel like he picked the wrong singles. Yeah.
See,
You know?
you was too busy listening to I-20 and dissing Justin Timberlake first album. That's why.
No, back in '05, that was when I was bumping Kanye and
Mm-hmm.
who else was I bumping back on? I was getting
The
into music at
game,
that.
the game.
Oh, that documentary, Doctor Advocate. Hell yeah. CD Glow said, I love self-explain. We did a review on that years ago and stuff like that.
I just
That's
wasn't
like
into his voice, and it's the same thing I have with Jeezy. I didn't like his voice.
okay. See, I know your criticism about Jeezy. Mind you, let's get it. That's a hip hop classic.
Okay.
Hip hop classic right there. That's more classic than fucking Paper Trail. I said it. Yeah, I said it.
Why are you even
Yeah,
putting
I
Justin
said
Timberlake and Jeezy go against each other, yo?
it. Nigga, I said Paper Trail. Not
Paper
what
Trail? No,
yes,
Paper Trail was a great
nigga.
album. Paper Trail was a great
They're
album. I
both
love Paper
they
Trail.
are both great albums. Nigga.
I'm more of a Ti fan than Jeezy.
You are
Ti,
ridiculous.
Ti, Rick Ross, Ludacris. I was more fans of them than Jeezy.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think Jeezy fucking with Ross catalog at all.
I agree. I agree on that. Because Jeezy's first three albums, that's all I really listened to be real with you.
I have friends that love Jeezy. They love him. I never cared for dude.
You know, this is the most we've talked about Southern hip hop in the 2000s in this channel history.
Hey, we can do it when we want to do it. It's not like niggas was listening to Southern hip hop here, man. You know what I'm
Real.
saying? Like I'm a big Slim Thug fan. Even little Flip, like when he had the Game Over joint, like that was a huge over here.
Oh,
You know
I
what I'm
never
saying?
liked.
Paul Wall, come on, man.
I gotta re-listen to Paul Wall's discography, to believe it or not.
People's
Because I know
Champ,
Sean.
People's Champ was great. That was a great album.
Oh wait, back in '05, I was listening to 3 6 Mafia too. Most known unknown nigga.
Right.
Oh
Yep.
hell yeah.
Yep.
See, mind you, we didn't even mention Weezy. We didn't even
Nope.
fucking mention Weezy.
And Weezy was everywhere.
Because pre Carter, I didn't care for those first three albums. I didn't care for them.
Right.
They were like Magic School Bus, PBS Kids kind of music
See,
production.
like
That was
I
really
skipped those. I was listening to the Squad Up mixtapes.
I never heard those. Wow.
Yeah, those were fire.
Mm. Q said, "What about Mike Jones?"
Mike Jones was dope. I love Still Tipping. Still Tipping was a joint. We
Mike,
used to call up the hotline and shit.
Mike has some heat too.
Hmm.
I mostly liked his first album. I'm gonna be real with you.
Right.
Who was Mike Jones? But
Yep.
I just feel like he became more of a novelty after a while
Right.
because people just said, "Ooh, Mike Jones." I just feel like he just became
Yeah.
more of like a novelty, and
Eight
I
Ball,
hated that.
8 Ball and MJG. We talked about their shit. They were great.
Oh,
Little
mind you,
John talked about his shit. He was great.
we didn't even finish the 8 Ball MJG because we're not going to go into them 2000 shit.
Yeah. That Bad Boy album we could skip.
What's that motherfucker's name? Southern rapper, Southern rapper. Damn, I can't think right now. Um, I can't think. But
Chameleon.
yeah, yeah, Chameleonaire. Yeah, we need to do him. Sound of Revenge. I love that record.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. But yeah, where we at?
We had
Fucking. Did
Limelight.
you say your thoughts? Yeah, you didn't
Limelight.
even say your thoughts on that shit. Yeah,
It was dope. I like the beat for that. You know, the horns on it was dope.
definitely.
UGK, we did UGK shit. That was great.
Yeah. First two UGK albums and Underground Kings are my favorite.
Yeah. Definitely. Riding Dirty's a classic. Love Riding Dirty. Underground Kings was fire.
The one they did
The
Hot Take.
Trill album from Bun B was great. You know,
I feel like Riding Dirty is slightly overrated.
you think it's overrated? Oh man.
Slightly. I
Okay.
feel like Super Tight is much better because everyone was talking about Riding Dirty. No, it was no singles. They went platinum. Which yeah, they went gold, platinum. Which I give it that. It's still a good album. I feel like some songs were longer than it should have been. To be real with you. And then they kept having that weird do about that weird nigga doing the spoken interlude. I'm just like, okay, y'all niggas. Like, I mean, it's still a dope album. I still
Mm,
fuck with it, but give me Super Tight, Too Hard to Swallow,
right.
which I feel like that was like the first trap album, Too Hard to Swallow. Pocket Full of Stones, come on, nigga. They were talking about that shit back in '92. They were talking about trap houses back in '92 before y'all learned that shit from fucking Ti and Future and all them niggas and shit. Come on, man, don't fuck with me, nigga. All right, so yeah, now we had I'm chilling with my bitch with Jazzy Faye. Now this is actually a much better Scott Storch beat than the other one we talked about. I call this like Let's Get Away Part Two if you want to be technical
Okay.
and shit, you know what I'm saying? So Jazzy Faye, mind you, Jazzy Faye got his start with Eric Sermon.
Yeah.
I don't
Did
we
he?
don't talk about it.
Did he
Yeah,
for real?
yeah.
On what
Back in
album?
the around the time like Double or Nothing when Eric Sermon was in Atlanta, he took Jazzy Faye under his wing and shit like that.
Oh, that's right. Because he
Yeah,
moved to Atlanta. That's right. That's right.
yeah.
That's right. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
See, that's why we here. Dude. That's why we here, man. We gotta preserve this hip hop history, man. Come on, like, we can't
That's
let these
crazy.
white motherfuckers kill our history. Like,
Oh Lord. Who said album reviews were dead?
right. Because y'all motherfuckers doing the same shit over and over again. I don't want to talk about classics over and over again. Sometimes I like to talk about a bad album. Sometimes
I
you
just
never
I
know.
just think talking about the same albums is boring. Especially if
Thank,
we did it already.
thank you.
You know what I'm saying? What more can we add to that shit?
Like
We know
unless
Illmatic is a classic. What more can I say about Illmatic after 30 something years? Like we know it's a classic.
unless if I'm doing a re-review with Ant or Mike or hell even Ray Sean,
Right.
some motherfucking classic. If I talked about that shit and I don't feel like talking about that shit again, I ain't gonna talk about that shit again. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It don't make no sense.
Don't make no fucking sense. Like niggas asked me, can you do a review on it? It was written. Nigga, I did that shit years ago, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Mind you, I got the European version with Silent Murder. Come
Right.
on, motherfucker.
That's crazy.
Oh shit, motherfucker. Um, CD Glow said, "Oh yeah, that 2300 Jackson Street. Yeah, that. Oh,
Crap.
oh.
No, I am not doing that. That's a red solo review.
Hey,
That shit was
hey,
that
hey.
bad. I'm not. I can't get an hour back of my life because of that album.
Yo, watch when I do that shit. Try gonna be like, send me the invite for that.
Nope. Nope. I ain't. Nope. Nope. I'm good.
Cause you've done that shit before in the past. You've done that shit before in the past, but you didn't want to talk about Trash for You. And he like, send me the invite. I want to talk my shit. Like,
Yeah, but
hell,
I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk my shit about albums that disappointed me. That shit, I didn't care about that album because it just was bad
2300.
from the get go.
Come on, that 2300 Jackson Street.
No, you got to get BJ for that. I'm sure he would love to talk about that.
You know, I got to give him that formal invitation and
Right.
shit.
Like, here's your formal invitation. You love the Jackson 5. You talk about that
Matter
shitty
of fact,
2300 Jackson Street.
you know what? I'm gonna mess it right now. Wow, I'm gonna mess it right now. Hold on. All right. I know this nigga watching this shit too. Cause I told you I want to finish the whole. I want to be that nigga. That's how I want to finish the whole Jackson 5 discography and shit.
Oh boy, even the trash. You should get a YouTube award if you're gonna do that. I'll do all that. You know,
Oh shit.
for your hard unnecessary work that you didn't need to do. We're giving you this award.
Hey, my dad had that record for CD for years and shit.
Yeah, my mother had it too. I never played it though.
I only played like that title track. Michael Jackson was in 5 seconds of that song. He had
Gosh,
the best part.
that's why that's why it's a bad album because Michael ain't on it, and even on Victory it was bad too.
Hot take: Jermaine's Dynamite album was way better than Victory. Hot take.
Yes, why is that a hot take? Jermaine can sing.
He can sing, yeah, he can sing, but you know he picks bad songs. That's the thing.
No, I actually like the Dynamite album. I actually thought it was a good album.
Hmm. I like the Let's Get Serious album, to be real with you.
And Michael is on that album. That's the thing.
Yeah, and that was the
So
best song on the album.
yeah, I agree.
Tell me you're still dreaming. Come on, man.
Yes,
But
that's
let's
one
get
of his
serious.
best albums.
Let's get serious.
Yeah.
Let's get serious. Mind you, Stevie Wonder did that Let's Get Serious track.
Mm-hmm.
Stevie,
They did it better
you
than
know,
him.
you know you're not gonna fail with Stevie.
And of course, I could hear Stevie doing that song.
Yeah, that sounds like some hotter than July shit. And
Yeah.
you know, Stevie will be doing his ad lib like like you know when the 80s Stevie when he was doing them fucking ad libs, boy, he was like like have you ever heard the original version of I Can't Help It where
I
he
don't
did the
think I
demo
did.
version
No,
of that track?
nah, I never heard the original.
Oh man, I'm gonna send that shit to you.
He
That
wrote that, right? Didn't he write that from?
he wrote and produced that one, yeah,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, man, Braid Stevie, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
All
Definitely.
right. Track number 16, Stand Up featuring Trick Daddy, Lil Wayne, and Lil Jon. There's a lot of little niggas on this album. Too many little niggas on this. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just like, damn, you already have one little motherfucker. How you gotta have two little motherfuckers here and shit. That's like Lil Bow Wow, Lil Romeo doing the song.
Wow. Yeah, but they
But
did a song together.
they did?
Yeah. It was on that Hardball soundtrack.
Wait. Hold up. You actually putting me on game on Bow Wow and Romeo?
That shit was like the video they played to death, yo. That's how I remember that shit. The movie I saw the movie. It was with Keanu Reeves. He played
I hate that.
like a baseball coach and shit.
I hate that fucking. That's like one of them fake ass lean on me movies. This time, a white man gonna save the hood, a hood baseball team.
Wasn't
Wow,
it like
okay.
it was? I think it was like Bow Wow with Little Wayne or Little Romeo? One of them niggas. He did the song with.
Too many little motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Okay, who's missing? Lil Flip.
he wasn't in their age range at that time. Too old
Too
for him.
many, too many little motherfuckers, man. That's just
Yep,
giving me a headache.
yep.
But anyway, this song was not bad, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really care for this song too much, but it wasn't bad.
Oh,
It's
Little
just
Zane
typical.
was on there. Oh Lord, that's even
Oh
worse.
wow, that makes it even much
That's even
better.
worse. Tupac's
Lil,
fake ghostwriter, like he said. He said he wrote shit for Pac. He wrote shit for Pac.
if Lil Zane wrote shit for Park and Gorilla Black produced
Get
Biggie's
out of
album,
here. He ain't never wrote no shit for Tupac, man.
Lil
Fuck
Zane
him.
and Gorilla Black should do a whole album together and shit. my god. That
Wow.
was when that was when motherfucking Master P was just losing money for no limit. So what do he do? Put his old son, put his old fucking son out there.
Yeah. Let me pump my son out.
And then you gonna sample the Jackson Five. Fucking, I want you back.
Hmm. Right. Oh God.
One thing I'll give Bow Wow, when he first came out, he actually could spit. I'll give that. That bounce with me, Bow Wow, and
Hmm.
shit like that. And when he was on Death Row Records,
Hmm.
yeah. Lil Romeo, just it's like Bow Wow. We got Bow Wow at home, that's what I said. Microwavable Bow Wow,
Wow.
fucking lunchable Bow
Mm.
Wow, fucking pizza bites. Y'all remember them little fucking pizza bites
It's
and
a
shit?
bite. Yo yo. What about yo yo?
Mm. Yo yo,
What
that's
about yo
random.
yo?
That's but what do you think? What do you think of this?
This was fire. I love. Like I said, like Lil Jon. The Lil Jon beat was dope. And I like Ti's verse. He said, "You got an alligator mouth and hummingbird ass. Your mouth right checks, your ass can't cash. 145 in the mouth, your weight class. Want to survive, you better scramble eggs and break fast. Cause I know how to handle your fake ass. I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna ride on you and hide you in yesterday's trash." Loved his verse. Everybody came dope on this one. This one was fire.
Yeah. And the last track is My Life featuring Daz Dillinger, produced by him too. Very dope song.
Mhm.
Another one of my favorite tracks on this album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Just people talking about him. I mean, he's talking about his life and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Talking about where he grew up, putting Atlanta on the map. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Daz Daz was doing a lot of shit for niggas in the South around this time
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
That's interesting. I think he was located in the South around this time. You know what I'm saying? So, I love the fact that he shouted out the All Eyes on Me album too. That's pretty
yeah.
interesting. So yeah,
Well, it was this track. You can tell they were inspired by All Eyes on Me and Tupac on this. It has a G Funk sound to it. I would love to. I would love to hear like Snoop and Corrupt on this track as well. And the beat from Daz was fire and the synthesizers and it had like a All Eyes on Me sound to it.
right.
Even the way that Ti was flowing on there, he sounded like Pac. You
I
know,
ain't gonna go that far. I ain't gonna go that far.
I thought he sounded like Pac on there for me. Like his flow, he sounded like Pac.
Shit.
Yep.
Overall, despite a few mishaps, this is actually a pretty dope album. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like this album. A lot of people say this is one of his best albums. I'm not gonna argue with that. I felt like the production. It wasn't as like street or dark as like trap music, but I like the fact that he was experimenting with this one, especially with the new producers too, like with Daz Dillinger and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do have some gripes. I felt like the middle of the album, like around like maybe track 9 to track 12. Well, no, not track 12. Track 9 to track 11 was kind of hit or miss. But I do feel like it's a well-rounded album and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5.
I think it's a great album. The production was on point. We had the big hit records. Ti's lyrics on here was on point. His flow, features on here. You know, even some of the songs that to me were okay, like some of the Neptune shit, and you know, I thought it was still decent, and joints like My Life with Daz was fire. ASAP, You Don't Know Me. Um, Get Your Shit Together, Bring Them Out. I'm giving this 5 mics. I think this is Ti in his bag. I feel like for his first 6 albums, he had a run, and there was a point when he could have said like, "Yo, I'm the king of the South." You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like his first 6 is like his best shit. And then after Paper Trail is like that's when he was hit or miss with me because I wasn't a fan of No Mercy and Trouble Man. I haven't heard that one in years. You know what I'm saying? But anything after that, it's like I didn't like none of his shit after that. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was like, and it's like a running joke, but it's true. But it's like when he was locked up and he was incarcerated for a lot of these releases, that was his best shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like go back to jail. Like give us another classic. Get a gun charge or something. Go back to jail for like a year or two, and come out with a 5 night classic because he hasn't done that since Paper Trail. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he was in his bag on this album. And trap music was great. This album, the King album, Ti versus TRP, like those are like his best shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just think like this is the Ti that I miss, and he has the potential to do it. It's just that it's either he's caught up in trying to be a comedian, which he's not. He had the podcast, he had the VH1 show, and helping his sons rap and all that. But he had the potential to give us another classic if he wanted to. But he just not. He wasn't focused on that shit. So if whenever he's dropping his next album, his last one or whatever he's saying, hopefully that's a great album. 'Cause it's been years since I played a Ti album that I actually liked. You know,
Yeah, I agree with you, boss. All right. Yeah, man. I'm gonna stay off for a few minutes and shit
you
like
was
that.
wondering if we could do Blocker. You listen to Justified? Don't tell me you listen to Justified and you don't know not one song off of it.
That's your boy.
Yeah,
That's your boy.
I'm not. Look, you got to know the damn album first, man.
I'm just gonna listen to some '90s R&B right now and
You
shit
gotta
like
you
that.
gotta know the album, man. Don't tell me you know it, and then when we actually talk about it, you don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm-mm. That's he's Justified's biggest defender, y'all.
No, I'm his defender for all his albums. Well, his first three to me was his best. Then it gets shaky with Man in the Wood. What is it, Man in the Woods? I didn't like that one. And then the
Which was
the the, the one that came out last year, what Everything I Thought I Was. That shit was I don't know what it was, but it wasn't no classic. I don't know what he thought he was, but it wasn't that. You know one song off that album? Nah, Bree, you gotta listen to the whole album first, man. The whole album, not just one song. How you want to talk about an album you only know one song from it? Come on, bro. Listen to the whole album first, then get back to me.
this nigga Aaron Hall, man.
What do you think about Final Destination? I think Bloodlines is gonna be a good film. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna tie into some of the past characters or past character from the older sequels. Yeah, don't tell Reg that. Reg think 2020 is garbage too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're crazy.
It has some okay songs, but I didn't
Okay
really.
songs. So you think Sue and Ty was okay?
I never actually liked Suit and Tie.
Oh my god. So you thought Mirrors was okay?
What's the big deal? A white man dressing up in a suit and tie. What's the big
My
deal?
lord.
What's the big deal? You know who did it better?
Oh, Lord.
That Jedediah, who that's on Classic Man. Way
Oh
better
my
track.
god. And where's he now? Where's he now? Mr. One Hit.
First of all, he didn't have one hit.
How
He had a
many hits he
couple.
have?
He
That's
had
the
a
only
couple.
song that I remember from him.
He had a couple of hits.
He had a couple hits.
He had a couple of hits.
He had 2 hits and he's gone. Oh my
Um,
lord.
Romeo said he gave Justified 4.5. My y'all really love this album.
You was in preschool when Justified came out? Oh man. Why don't Q and Blocker talk about the album then? Y'all should talk about it.
Yeah, because I don't really want to talk about it again. Did Eric also join us for that review too?
I don't remember Eric joining us for that. Did he? Was he on the other?
I think he came like a couple minutes after we started.
I don't remember
Because he's a justified
because
lover too.
it was a great. You see, Eric loved the album too. It was great. That's two albums that me and Eric love that you don't love. You don't love Lord Willing and you don't like Justified.
I never said I did not love. You see, you guys are putting where I
You
said
thought Lord
I didn't
Willing
like
was
the
had
production. I didn't
cafeteria
like the
beats. That's what you
production.
said.
Material beats. Yeah, man. What's up?
Oh my
It
god.
just didn't impress me.
So you think Lord Willing is a classic, but it has cafeteria beats?
I never said it was a classic. I just said lyrically it's great. I liked it lyrically,
Oh
but
man,
I'm more of a hell has no fury nigga. You know what I'm saying?
that was great. That's my favorite one, but I think Lord Willing was a classic though.
That was that was the closest they ever made a only built for Cuban links and shit.
You're crazy.
What nigga?
Is that what they were going for?
Yeah. They
No.
even mentioned interviews.
Yeah, wasn't you the one that told me? Oh well, Questlove was going for the infamous mob and Cuban Link sound on Illa Def Half Life.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Them drums
Yeah,
he
but
was using.
everybody can't make a Cuban Link.
I never said every. I said they were. I remember in an interview, I could have sworn Pusha said they were influenced were only built for Cuban links when they did Hell Has No Fury. I could have sworn he
Oh
said
wow,
in the interview.
wow. Well, it would have been
Yeah.
nice if they had Raekwon and Ghostface on there. They didn't.
Hey, shit.
There's
I'm trying
only
to make
one Cuban Link. Everybody can't be, even if they're inspired by it. There's only one.
I'm trying to make one of them little Muppets memes and shit, but I can't find it.
He was influenced by Mobb Deep and Havoc,
You mean Questlove or who?
Questlove. Yeah, but I don't get I don't when I hear Illa Def Half Life, I don't hear Infamous on that album though.
I do.
You do?
That's just,
I just hear it was a dope ass album. I don't see how they were influenced by Infamous.
because if you really study like Havoc's drum patterning on
Mhm.
the Infamous, and I would even go as far as saying Hell on Earth, but I'm not going. I'm mostly going to say Infamous because Ildef Half Life came before Hell on Earth. Questlove used that same kind of style on songs like Episodes, Concerto of the Desperado, songs
Mhm.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like
they
that.
didn't use that before.
They did. They oh, that the drum pattern was like more basement jazzier and
Oh, I see.
stuff like yeah.
Right. So he wanted like the drums harder and the hi hats more crisp and all that.
Yeah, that's how that's yeah.
I feel you.
Because you
Well,
like
shit. Why not
when
just call up Q-Tip? Get Q-Tip help Havoc on that album.
and my yeah, I mean Q-Tip that was 5 degrees of Tribe Called Quest, man.
Right.
Because somehow, some way, Tribe Called Quest are always connecting somehow somebody in the '90s and shit,
Yeah.
somehow, some way. But like with Q-Tip, um, he was the link because he really mentored Havoc into making
Right.
them drums like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Large Professor.
Large Professor too.
Hmm.
Um, hell, what's motherfucker's name? He don't get a lot of just due, but Kenny Parker.
Right.
And let's talk about Kenny Parker for a minute, nigga.
Uh,
Hold up. Let's talk about boom bap
mhm.
production, dance hall production. Nigga don't even get his just due like that,
I
man.
agree. I agree.
Heather B taking mine.
Yeah.
That whole album. The
Definitely.
shit he did for those latter BDP albums and shit like that.
Hmm.
People just know him as KRS's brother, but he held his own and shit.
Right.
Even KRS-One is a dope producer too. What y'all motherfuckers talking about? Who's Alpha Dog?
That's
What
a
y'all motherfuckers?
Justin Timberlake movie.
Oh, I want to talk hip hop.
We are talking hip hop.
I'm joking.
Justin Timberlake spills over into hip hop because we're talking about Paper Trail.
Wait. You said what?
He spills
You said
over into hip hop because we was talking about Paper
spills
Trail. He's on the album.
over into. You act like he
He's on
just.
he's on the album. He's that's what we was talking about Paper Trail.
Okay.
That's how the whole conversation started. We talking Paper Trail. He's on the album.
Mm-mm-mm. Hi. Shit. I'm gonna stay on this. I'm gonna stay on for another 10 minutes, yo.
Oh man,
Another album that kind of had a Mob Deep feel. Real Live
still
'96.
alive. Really?
Yeah,
You feel like that
they were.
sounded like Infamous?
Oh, they had some influence from the Infamous. They were futuristic. It was like some futuristic boom, hardcore boom bap. I don't even know how to explain that sound,
Right.
but
What is that sound?
like if you listen to that album and Cellar Dwellers Rems album too,
Mhm.
it was like some futuristic boom bap,
Right.
especially with like cats like Nick Wiz on
Uh,
that shit too.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because Nick Wiz was a monster.
yeah.
Nick-
He had some
Nicholas, man.
spacey sounds in his production.
Yeah, like some kind of like shit. Um, he had that. Cellar Dwellers had that one joint.
Uh,
Oh my god, I can't remember, but they used the Roy Ayers sample that was so fucking crazy how
uh,
Nick flipped shit. I have to look it up though, but that's the
Christian,
album.
you're late though.
You said what?
I said Christian, you're late.
Oh, what's up, Chris? Hey, better late than never, nigga. Cause like that's the thing, like that's Stellar Dwellers. I want to review that album, but I
Mm.
want to actually get my hands on the album to talk about it.
That
I
shit is
love the
super
album.
super out of print.
I had a that's a song, Cellar Dwellers. Hold on,
Mhm.
but it was a different version. It was a
Mhm.
different version they had of that track. But I'm not gonna play the whole thing because copyright bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
What do y'all
So
think of? What do y'all think was the best Roots album in the 2000s? For me, it's Chronology. I think that was their best album.
I would say the Game Theory album.
Gameplay was dope too because Dilla was on that album.
Yeah, and they kind of went back to their roots with that one too.
Yeah,
No pun intended.
Chronology I like because like they took it was like a different sound for them, and taking a chance and having the song with Music Soul Child and the song with Cody Chestnut. They had what's his name? Talib was on that album. I think Joe Scott was on the track on there. That was Chronology was severely slept on.
Yeah, Phonology that album took me a while to really appreciate because it was like there was some honky jonky production on that album
Honky
too.
Donkey.
Yeah, man, it's like they got
What?
like I
What is that?
said.
Honky Jonky production?
Come on, sounds like the sit that dan 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 dan. like you know how I say after Illa Duff Half Life or maybe
Mm-hmm.
even after Think Far Far, they got slowly got less jazzy and stuff like
Yeah, I mean,
that.
because they were going for radio play.
I know,
They were
and that
chasing
one
radio.
I know. I like Phrenology. Don't get me wrong, but it was some honky wonky shit going on in that album.
Honky wonky shit. Wow. I just looked at it like it was different from their other albums and they were going more for radio.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm
radio is
saying?
radio. Radio is radio, but at the same time, they were kind of going for radio with Ill Def Half Life too. Ooh,
No, they
Chris.
wasn't. No, they was not. That is not what they were doing.
But
Again, like, see that at that time, like, yeah, you had some artists that were going mainstream, and then you had artists that they were just making dope shit that the radio had to play them because they like
yeah,
people were like calling up the radio stations for it. So like
but you
when
gotta
you
remember,
hear clones and when you hear sections and concerto, like there was people calling the radio stations to hear those songs.
yeah, but see, at the same time, a lot of motherfuckers before the whole implosion of like the shiny suit commercialism of hip hop, a lot of motherfuckers when hip hop When they want to get on the radio, sometimes they want to put like the most craziest shit on the radio. How
Right.
the label, like the label, because you remember the Roots was technically still independent when they did. If I'm not mistaken, they were independent still when they did Ill Death Half Life and shit like that.
It wasn't. They
I,
wasn't on Jive. Wasn't they on Jive when they?
nah, they weren't on Jive. Let me hold on. Let me look up the label they were on. Let me double
The
check.
worst Madonna album? She have a lot. So
Oh,
it's Madam X was trash. MDNA was trash.
stay
Um,
tuned for this.
fuck. What else? What's that album she did that had the Missy joint on
Get
there? That shit was American Life or some shit. Yeah, that shit was trash. Like those three was like her worst in the 2000s.
yeah. Stay tuned for the Madonna reviews. Y'all
Only the
gonna
only ones I liked was the music album, Hard Candy and Rebel Heart.
see. I don't even care for music like that, but I might re-listen to it.
See, music was dope. Like she was still in her bag, and she got a Grammy for that album. But she was, you could tell, like it was like the music was changing, and she wasn't changing with the music.
Yeah, because she felt like I'm Madonna, bitch. I can do whatever I want.
Right. That
I
that
mean,
was the problem. That was the
she did
problem right
try to
there.
change with American Life. I'll give her that. She did try, but
She did.
niggas went.
But this, you see, the thing is now, it's like like when she does music now, it's like she's trying to keep up with what's trendy, and she was never like that. It was like she
Exactly.
was a trendsetter, and everybody was following her. Now she following everybody else. You know what I
Damn it!
mean?
What song they did?
That is her best run, exactly, Christian, from 83 to 98. That is her best run.
Oh, it's
Hard
killing me.
Candy
I
was
can't.
dope. I liked Hard Candy, but it got slept on.
See, I didn't like that Justin Timberlake song.
There you go. He's not the only one on the album. It was Timbaland and the
I
Neptunes.
know, I know. He's not the only one on there. I'm just saying. I have to find. I can't find that Cellar Dweller
Uh,
song. Well, maybe they took it off YouTube. You know how YouTube be.
you didn't like the nobody liked the music album but me.
Yeah,
It
because Ray
sounded
of
bleepy.
Light. I feel like Ray of Light was her artistic peak
Yeah,
and stuff
I
like
agree.
that.
I agree. I'm not saying music was a classic, but I remember her getting a Grammy for that album. And
Okay,
she
yeah,
I
she
don't
got,
think she I don't think she's gotten a Grammy since then, if I'm not mistaken.
and that's crazy. It's crazy how albums like a Prayer, which like a Prayer, Erotica, Bedtime Stories. Come on,
Hmm.
they could have had some. Hell,
I agree.
The Evita
I
soundtrack.
I agree. Those were great albums, but she had competition. She had Mariah to deal with. She had Whitney to deal with. She had
Yes,
Mary. She had Janet.
yes, they were playing tic tac toe with her ass and shit.
Right. You still had Michael out there. You had Prince.
Hey,
Confessions on a Dance Floor. I didn't hear that one. What year was that?
that was '05. That was good. I like that one.
You did
But at the
mention that one.
but at the same time, she went back to her old sound. She wasn't doing anything groundbreaking with that album. It was just like, oh, so this is why we love Madonna because
Right. But that's the sound she should. That mean her shit is dance. Her shit is club. You know what I'm saying? Like it made sense to go back to that. That's her audience.
it was that album was to her what musicology was to Prince. To be real with
Right.
you,
Right. Okay. So she
at the
won a
same
Grammy
time,
for that.
but at the same time, musicology was 10 times better.
I didn't hear the Madonna album yet, so I can't say.
Don't worry, you're gonna hear it this summer.
I had I saw a video about Mariah having yeah, she had that was Allure was signed to that label, Allure, and she threw shade at Allure in her memoirs or some shit. That's how they had the beef.
I cannot wait for the CD collection. Oh my
She
god,
said she's dropping that rock album.
that's
That she wants
1990.
to she wants to do videos for it, but she thinks it's gonna be hard to do, but she wants to still drop the rock album.
I feel like she should just drop the rock album. I feel like videos are kind of unnecessary.
How do those girls look now anyway? I mean, it's been like what, 20 years, 30 years.
You never know.
She should drop it anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Give that as a gift to your fans. Just come out with the rock album.
This nigga Teddy Pendergrass had all the women in his concert. Shit. Let me ask you something, Try. Teddy Pendergrass or Bobby Womack?
Teddy.
Okay.
I like Bobby though. Bobby, blue eyed soul at his finest.
No, I said Bobby Womack, not Bobby Caldwell.
My bad. I got the two Bobbies mixed up. Teddy, man. Teddy, definitely. Hal Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Teddy goes solo and he drops some classic shit, some ballads.
Let's make love tonight.
Which producer or producer team had the longest run?
Jimmy Jam
Well,
and Terry Lewis.
Babyface. Babyface is still out doing shit.
Hell, Jermaine Dupri.
Hell no. What is
Some of
he
the shit he
doing?
did with Ari Lennox. Let's
What is
go. I
Jermaine
love this
doing?
shit. He did that song with Ari Lennox too.
He did a hit for Ari Lennox and he did like an EP with Currency. That's about it.
Yeah, but he's still doing shit. What's Puffy doing? I don't know.
Puffy, I never considered Puffy a producer though. He slapped his name on shit. He took the credit. He wasn't actually making the damn beats and stuff because he was too busy at the freak offs. Like, so we can't put Puffy in that category.
Not the freak offs.
Yes, those freak offs. You heard some people call Teddy Pendergrass the Black Elvis.
You said what?
What? I never looked at him as no Black Elvis.
Who? Who's the
Teddy
Black Elvis?
Pendergrass?
I mean, Teddy Pendergrass. He was influenced by Elvis. Believe it or not. He really wanted to be the Black Elvis at one point.
Did he?
Yeah,
What was the most recent Metallica album we talked about? I don't even remember.
the Black Album.
Is that what it was? When was that?
That was years ago. Like maybe
Yeah.
20.
Foxy Brown soundtrack? No, I didn't hear the Foxy Brown soundtrack.
And no, and yeah, that's the last great Metallica album, in my opinion.
Claudine or Truck Turner. I didn't hear either of those soundtracks.
Oh, that's easy, Claudine.
I haven't seen neither of those movies either.
You never seen Claudine?
No. Is that the one with Diana Ross?
No, that's Mahogany.
I saw Mahogany. I didn't see Claudine.
Okay, so when we did a review with
Claudine?
Mike.
No, that was you and Mike.
Oh wow. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't see that movie.
I may answer a few more people because I gotta get some sleep.
Truck Turner. I didn't see that one either.
I never seen Chucky.
The Mac was. I saw the Mac movie. I don't remember the soundtrack though.
Oh, Christian, that's a good question. I gotta go with the Mac soundtrack. That's the one with the Willie Hutch. The I Choose You.
Mm-hmm.
I choose you. Do. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was on Motown too.
Foxy Brown soundtrack. I saw the movie and I don't remember the music on there.
I know Redman sampled some shit from there.
The Foxy Brown soundtrack.
Yeah. All right. You said Death Mag. Yeah, Death Magnetic. I mean, it was aight, but it wasn't anything special though. It was aight. It's better than them fucking Set Anger. I'll give it that. Turn the lights out. What do you think about the Dysfunctional Family
What
movie?
the fuck is that?
Who's a Dysfunctional Family?
What movie is? I don't know that movie or soundtrack.
I'll put me on shit tonight. Oh shit. Y'all like the okay? You already asked that. Okay, I'm gonna see what
What's
I did.
labeled to sign to? Bad Boy.
1010.
Why are you? All y'all coming in now and we about to leave? I
I
don't
can't
understand.
home unless I have the key.
Worst label the soundtrack gotta be Bad Boy. What's it?
1017.
Huh?
That label was on I think Gucci's label.
1017? That was the worst label?
Yeah, because all the motherfuckers end up getting died and shit.
Oh man. All right. Well, Gucci's still alive, so
Yeah.
the movie with Eddie Griffin, I didn't watch that.
Oh, isn't that the one where they had a Death Row soundtrack?
They had a Death Row soundtrack for that movie?
Yeah, that was when they were
Oh,
desperate.
oh man. Either
Tonight.
dead or in prison?
Yeah, yeah. Hell, where's Waka Flocka Flame at now? That was like
What's
the biggest.
what's the question? Either dead or in prison? I don't get it.
No, you're talking about that label, that
Oh,
Gucci's.
that's crazy.
I'll show my if
I
you.
thought that was the actual question, like either dead or in prison.
Oh no, neither. I'm not. I
Well,
don't. I'm
you
not.
you would be alive in prison, you'd be dead.
Nigga, I'll be dead in prison, nigga.
You could be
Mentally,
alive. You could survive in prison. You could be
yeah,
alive in prison and be dead 6 weeks deep.
mentally, yeah. Nah, I gotta see some. I can't see niggas all the time and shit. I'm sorry. Nah, fuck that.
Act crazy. They put you in solitary confinement.
That's even worse, nigga. They won't feed me and shit.
Well, you be by yourself when you be alive.
Yeah, I'll be by myself, but who?
Yeah, but you'll be alive though.
Yeah, but at the same time, I want to watch some TV or some shit like
You
that.
don't want your own cell just to yourself. No cellmate.
I don't want to be in prison, nigga. Like, fuck that.
If the question was either dead or in prison, what would you choose?
I
You
pass.
choose prison if you want to be alive, right?
I pass. I'll say house arrest.
House arrest.
I say house arrest. Fuck it.
Oh, good.
I ain't going to no prison. Fuck that.
The Temptations of Five Heartbeats. I'm assuming you're talking about the miniseries.
Yeah,
It can't be because I don't remember the Five Heartbeats as a real group.
I gotta go to temps.
I'm going with the Five Heartbeats actually.
I
Yeah,
have
Five Heartbeats. Because I didn't,
been.
I didn't like too many of Robert Townsend's movies. I like that one though.
Oh, you talking about the actual group
No,
movies?
you're
I
talking about
thought.
the movie. You're talking about the
Oh,
movie.
okay. I thought so. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Five Heartbeats too. Believe it or not, I loved the music on that one, especially "That House Is Not a Home," which Nas brilliantly sampled for that song. Legit. But yeah, I'm gonna end
Yeah,
this off. You said what?
he would be in a straitjacket, but he would be alive though.
I ain't gonna be in no fucking
They're not
straitjacket.
gonna fuck with him. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, I'm escaping prison. Fuck that.
What do you think this is Alcatraz and shit? You escaping prison?
Oh yeah, I'm scared. I know ways to escape prison.
Uh,
Then I just go on a bus or a plane, start my new life. Fuck it.
wow.
Change my name. Change my whole fucking
Like
name.
Machiavelli now? You changing your name? Regarelli. Man.
And depending on who I'm close to, I'll send those saying I'm alive, depending on who I'm
Right.
close to.
Wow. It's crazy.
But yeah, I'm gonna end this off right here because I got some shit to handle tonight. But so Wednesday we're gonna do our continue our no limit, no excuse me, no doubt series. This time we're gonna do Greatest Step Points and Sweet Escape and stuff like that. Which if you're a Neptunes fan, y'all might hate me for that review. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let you know the time. I want to say maybe 9 or 10, but I'll let you know the time by Tuesday. And then Thursday, we got our top rock albums of 1991. This is gonna be a fun, interesting list because I might have a top. I might actually have a top 13. I don't know yet.
Oh wow.
I don't know yet because 91 has some heat.
Mm.
I added an extra day. I said I want to do the Ti's Paper Trail.
Oh
Oh wait,
wow.
wait, wait. I forgot you said you weren't gonna be here next Sunday. Oh, yeah, never mind. Next Saturday.
What time you doing this Sunday?
Well, I want to do the zero albums, but I'm gonna move that to next Monday. Cause I forgot you said
What?
you weren't.
Well, I'm not. Well, yeah, but I'm gonna come back eventually on Sunday. But what time you doing it on Sunday?
Um, I'll keep you updated because
Okay.
I got to make some plans. Cause I
Okay.
did say I was gonna hang out with Kuji because Kuji said he might come to town.
Right.
They're trying to
Cool
do
G.
they're trying to do some get together and stuff like that. Which I'm down for that
Right.
whenever.
Okay.
But next this Saturday, I said we're gonna settle this once for your paper trail. That might be a Saturday afternoon review. I don't know yet, but
Mm.
Saturdays I gotta be more lenient because in case I do have a limo ride at some point,
Right.
with this whole limo service. Yeah, I actually gotta have a limo ride at 6 a.m. and shit. So that's why I might not even go to sleep at this point. I gotta drive a motherfucker to the airport. But
Mm.
what else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, yeah. So the collection video is gonna be the first Friday of May. We are about how many more weeks? I think about 3 more weeks and shit.
Mhm.
And so I might get. I think I might get like about a couple more albums, and I'll be good. I'll be good and stuff like that. Oh, it's actually in 2 more weeks. Actually, the collection video is in 2 weeks. Okay, perfect. Yeah, like I said before, no phone pictures of the things. We are gonna be all physical and stuff like that. We're gonna be all hands on and stuff like I want hands on the material. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You said Lashia's joining us too.
I mean, I can ask her.
Does
I
she?
just
Does she? Yeah. I'm like, does she actually buy stuff or no?
she does,
Oh,
but
well, she
sometimes she
she
just
can.
like okay.
I'm about to say she can show us her new wigs and all that. You know. What I mean?
But she mostly comes for entertainment sometimes too.
Right. Oh, she gonna be the entertainment. Okay.
Yeah, but I can ask her.
I never did see that turning vid that I did with her. I ain't see it. Did she post it up?
I have to get you catch. I think so, but
I ain't see it, and I recorded that shit like 2 months ago. He had me against some chick that didn't know shit. You know what I'm saying? And I still lost the damn fucking big prize. That's how she know how to get me now.
I
You
feel
know what I'm
you.
saying? Like she give me the easy questions first, and then like for the final round, she give me the hard shit.
Right.
I ain't see that video. I'm like, yo, did she even post it?
I gotta double check though. But yeah, man. Also next week, hopefully, when we do the I Love Lucy sitcom retrospective and stuff like that too, which I gotta actually get my notes together for that. Hopefully, I'll do that. Still putting the final touches on the Family Matters top favorite episodes of that shit too. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that shit. Be on the lookout for to see some more CD recap videos. I might start filming my first episode of Vinyl recap sometime this week. And yeah, that's about it. Anything you want to say before we head out?
Tomorrow I'm going live with the Hip Hop Jedi's on IG. We doing mix and match. That's like a series we do where we combine like a dream collab album that we want to see from two artists, and we did it last week, and we're doing like a new episode tomorrow, and then Wednesday I'm gonna go live with Rocka. Not for 4 hours. I always say that, and then it ends up being 4 or 5 hours. But we're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs, each matchup coming up, and then the Coachella, best and worst performances of Coachella.
Oh yeah, y'all gonna be on there longer than 4 hours. Y'all talking about
No,
NBA.
we're not gonna be on there long enough. I don't want to do 4 hours. That nigga like to talk though. You know what I'm saying? and he's great. But I don't. That's why I wanted to just do it on IG because IG we can't be on it for 4 hours. It's easier. But he likes YouTube and he likes talking, and I don't want to be on it for 4 hours. I'm just saying I might switch that shit to just IG. Just wait until his phone die out. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean. Yeah, I might go live Wednesday, and then I don't know. I got something in the mail, but I don't know if I'm gonna wait to do the unboxing video now or just do the unboxing for the collection stream. You know,
Well, I do plan on getting a CD lot too.
right?
I can
No,
deal with.
it's not a CD though.
Oh, excuse me.
Nah, it's not a CD.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this collection stream is I only got like maybe 2 or 3 CDs. Everything else is like other shit.
Really?
Yes,
Let me find out
I
you.
love albums, but I don't. That's not the only thing I collect though. That's the thing that people don't understand.
Let me find out you got some artwork and shit.
It might be that. Could be some comics. Could be some art. Some sneakers. I like a lot of different things. You know.
Mm. Well,
So
that's what's.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get some video games too, hopefully, but
Hmm.
I gotta balance out my money and stuff
Right.
like that too. Because there is something I really also want to get.
Hmm.
Like I actually, Eric, Eric and my brother-in-law got me collecting Pokemon cards again and shit too.
Oh Lord.
So
Yeah. So
yeah,
y'all
yeah.
like trading the cards now and shit?
Hell no,
No.
hell no. Some shit I might just save some of my shit for like nostalgia
Hmm.
purposes.
Right.
Shit I might just sell. Some shit I might just sell for a higher price.
Right. Right. So, okay.
Hell no. Shit. I never actually like to trade. I used to trade sometimes, but I never
Hmm.
actually like to trade a lot because
Yeah.
sometimes the motherfuckers be acting like the card is rare and some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah. We used to
But
trade
overall,
Nintendo. We used to trade Nintendo cartridges back in the day. You know what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
remember that.
Like I would like we would go meet up at school, and I traded I had the Batman game, and I traded that for the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and that's what we would do. We would trade games. You know what I'm saying? Arch rival. Like when I got Super Nintendo, it was the same thing with that. You know?
Definitely okay.
Yeah.
But in case you guys came late, we talked about Ti's Urban Legend album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This album is kind of still in print. I know they re-released this on vinyl years ago and stuff like that too. So y'all make sure y'all get this album.
All his
And
albums are out of print.
no, I don't think so.
No,
No.
most of them are. His first one, I think, is out of print.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was out of print.
Hmm. And
But
I
that
want
goes
to say Paper Trail in there.
really wow.
I mean, depending on where you go, like Amazon, a lot of his shit on Amazon is should be gone, but eBay or RapBay or Discogs, they should have it.
You said Rat Bay?
Yeah,
I never heard of Rat Bay.
yeah. RapBay is another site that you can get albums on.
Okay, I'll help it
Like
out.
it's like the rap version of eBay. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, you got that. Discogs is always gonna have it. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, try. I hope you have a good night, and I'll see y'all
Okay.
motherfuckers later.
All
Peace.
right. Peace.